Tonight, we report on Sheriff Tom Jones' plan to combat gang violence in Larson and the Port of Moses Lake's new project. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Local wrestlers return from the MAC Classic. Stick around to find out how they performed. Here's a look at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Unsettled weather promising to exit the region. I'll bring you all the details in just a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
After a teenager reportedly killed another teenager and 3 drive-by shootings, Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones is changing how his office is going to work to make things better. Reporter Cameron Probert has the story.
Sheriff Tom Jones promised more patrols in Larson following Thursday's drive-by shooting on Arlington Drive. The drive-by shooting was the 3rd in a month on the same block. One was aimed at Brandon Mende, who was killed last week outside of a Turnkey Road home. Jones plans to use motor traffic patrol officers to increase police presence along with stopping suspicious people in the neighborhood. The sheriff's office presently has between 4 and 6 deputies patrolling the county on any given shift.
I'm talking about stopping cars. I'm talking about contacting persons that are of suspicious nature. Obviously, we're not in the business to violate people's civil rights. But on the other hand, I think that hardworking people that are being stopped for reasonable suspicion and that are going to appreciate our efforts in order to curb this kind of activity.
The sheriff is holding a town hall meeting Wednesday. He wants to work with community members to find a solution to the crime problems.
We had one here last year, and we had just over 100 people attend that meeting. And at that point, we were working with a couple of key people in this community about organizing a block watch or a community awareness about the issues that go on in this community specifically. And so that's what we're just going to take, and we're going to build on that, and hopefully we can get more people involved and relay that or relieve some of that tension that they may have about the repercussions that they might fear of coming forward or reporting.
He's also looking at adding cameras to the exits of the former Air Force Base housing area and plans to ask commissioners for additional patrol deputies. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Thank you, Cameron. To follow up on his speech, Jones is conducting a community meeting in Larson on Wednesday in the gym at North Elementary School. The meeting will begin at 7 p.m. This is a change in venue since the initial announcement to make room for a large audience. Jones said he is looking forward to working with the community to create a plan to have a safer community. The school is located at 1200 West Craig Street. The Port of Moses Lake is expanding their wastewater treatment plant and awarded a $2.6 million contract to a Vancouver, Washington-based company. Commission President Stroud Kunkel said the project will more than double water treatment capacity for industry and allow for future growth. The existing system is located on a remote corner of the port's property. The treated water is used for irrigation of nearby farms. Port Executive Director Pat Jones told the board that the port has some 100 tenants served by the treatment plant. The port owns and operates 4,700 acres with more than 1,200 acres specifically zoned and available for aviation business or industrial purposes. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We'll be right back after this.
DQ $5 lunch. I'm really into it. One thing I can't decide. Is it chicken strips, fries, and a drink with a free sundae, or do you get a sundae with free chicken strips, fries, and a drink? Trick question. Both answers are correct.
Exactly, Sam. It's Fanonomics. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. The $5 lunch, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Looking for that authentic Philly flavor? Come down to Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things and try our mouthwatering cheesesteak sandwiches. Prepared fresh and served hot. Make sure to pair it up with our classic wings, ranging from sweet and tangy to hot and spicy. East meets west at Nia Carson's. We provide Moses Lake with that authentic Philadelphia taste. Bring the whole family. We promise to make them something they'll all enjoy. Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things. Good service, great price, and something different.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Sis Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We begin with a quick look at your headlines. A subtle warming trend is in the forecast. Lingering snow showers this evening, especially north of I-90. Now, we are anticipating that warming trend to bring our temperatures back to around average. Cold returns, unfortunately, by the weekend, and temperatures maxed out today. This afternoon across Ephrata in the upper 30s, the low 31, a slight precipitation accumulation, and the sunset 536. Temperatures maxed out quite similar across the Moses Lake in the mid-30s, lower 30s was the low, and average low for this time of the year would be upper 20s. Quick look at the conditions right outside your door. That slight chance for snow showers developing, ending as the night progresses, with temperatures in the mid-30s with that north-northeast wind very light at around 9 miles per hour. Here's what we are currently seeing across the area. Now, all of this unsettled weather will be exiting the region, but notice overnight tonight, inland northwest is still under the brunt of that storm system, and also clearing skies across the area as we head into this Tuesday afternoon, as well as across inland northwest, inland areas. And gray skies will be confined to the southern portions of our state and across Oregon. We notice the next storm system entering Oregon by this Wednesday evening, and we should anticipate for scattered showers to make it into that region. Now, unsettled weather promising to make a comeback across the area by the weekend, with potential snow event and temperatures heading back to around cold mid-upper 30s. Tuesday afternoon, we're expecting dry conditions overall across the area. Temperatures ranging from the upper 40s to the upper 50s over the northwest, and across Ponderay and Spokane, these temperatures ranging from the mid to lower 30s. Zooming in a bit closer across the basin for this Tuesday afternoon, temperatures hanging in there around the mid to lower 40s, mid to upper 30s across northeastern portions of this region. Quick look at the extended forecast. Gray skies from Wednesday through Thursday, but notice these temperatures heading back to more seasonable in the mid to upper 40s and dipping back down into the mid to upper 30s by the weekend, with the potential for snow showers across the area. The segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Be right back with sports.
It's a fact. Toyota offers 10 different vehicles with available 4- or all-wheel drive. So when roads are a challenge, we have your answer with great limited-time savings, including the best-selling RAV4 right now with APR financing as low as 0%. Or go for the larger Highlander with $1,000 cash back, or the same 0% APR. Both ready to take you down winter's toughest roads. Discover Toyota's 4- and all-wheel drives for yourself. Visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Chuck DeMuerler, the new manager at Furniture West. Furniture West has been a part of the Moses Lake community for over 30 years. My team and I have expanded our inventory to meet our customers' needs. We have over 100 recliners in stock. We have a fantastic sleep center with dozens of mattress choices from the best brands in the business. Come see our great kids section with some of the most fun kids furniture you will find anywhere. We are your source for power reclining furniture. Check out our new selection today at 117 West Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. The elusive state wrestling team championship the Chiefs were looking to bring home from the MAC Classic tournament over the weekend remains just that, elusive. But Moses Lake capped off an outstanding season with a second-place finish and proved they belong among the top 4A wrestlers in the state. Lake Stevens took the team championship. Trey Long, at 106 pounds, was the lone champion for Moses Lake. He beat teammate Cooper McCullough by a 9-0 decision to take the top spot. Well, congratulations goes out to the Warden Lady Cougars, who defended their 2013 state championship with a first-place finish at the Matt Classic. Deanna Caudell was crowned champion at 100 pounds after defeating teammate Levi Guerrera 6-0. The Warden boys placed third in the 1A classification with 92 team points. Blaine took the championship with 110.5. Ephrata's Tyrus Kemp defended his 190-pound state crown with a 1-0 win over Trayvon Russell from Lindbergh High School. Chloe Spencer at 130 pounds finished 6th. Quincy finished 10th in the 1A championships, and Tony Melendez at 160 pounds was the lone champion for the Jacks. Well, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, and cold it was as Moses Lake had to endure an entire year to get back at Davis for cutting down the district nets on the Chiefs' home court. But the wait was worth it as the Confidence Pirate team experienced the same punch to the gut in a 49-40 loss that had Moses Lake snipping down the twine this time. The Chiefs trailed 12-9 after the opening quarter of action, but rebounded to take a 22-19 lead at the break. A low-scoring third quarter had Moses Lake up 30-29. With 8 minutes left to determine the 4A District 6 champion, the Chiefs kicked it into overdrive to go on a 19-11 fourth quarter run and close out the game. Loretta led the way for the Chiefs with 23 points. The win over Davis makes the Chiefs the number 4 regional seed. Moses Lake will play Kent Ridge High School in the first round of Saturday's tournament at Big Bend College at 4 p.m. The Chiefs boys team dropped their district championship to Wenatchee 56-50 Friday and will take on Richland at the regional tournament Friday at Chihuahua High School at 8 p.m. Big Bend basketball split games with Spokane at home Saturday. The Lady Vikings took the floor first in a battle that would decide the fourth and final playoff spot out of the NWAC East Region Conference. Big Bend had trouble from the floor for the third game in a row, hitting just 27% of its field goals, but was only down 31-28 at the break. The team's shooting touch improved somewhat in the second half, but the Lady Vikings were unable to hang with the Lady Sasquatch and dropped the game 72-59 to end the season. Jessica Sorensen finished with 18 points and 10 rebounds for Big Bend. The second game in the afternoon was a real Donnybrook as Big Bend and Spokane jockeyed for playoff seeding. The teams traded buckets throughout the first half that had Big Bend up 41-37 at intermission. The second half was just as competitive, with the Running Vikes having the edge 40-39. And when the final whistle sounded, the Running Vikes managed to hold off a late charge by the Sasquatch to come away with an 81-76 win. Brendan Westendorf led the way for Big Bend with 24 points. The win puts the Running Vikes at 10-4 to end the regular season and has Big Bend as the number 2 seed out of the East Region for the NWAC Championship Tournament at the Toyota Center in Kennewick March 1. Big Bend plays at 10 p.m. against a yet-to-be-determined opponent as there is a 3-way tie for first place in the conference. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Did you know that Little Chiefs Childcare is expanding their Juniper Street location? This great new place across from Moses Lake Clinic is designed just for preschool and school-aged children. For over 8 years, Little Chiefs kids like me have found the love and attention every child needs to be healthy and happy. The grown-ups there have gone to college, so they know how to make sure kids from 1 month to 12 years old have a great place to learn and play. Come join our growing Little Chiefs tribe.
Ombudsman? Ombudsman? No matter how you say it, Washington State's Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program means real people helping real people.
By advocating on behalf of our state's most vulnerable citizens, ombudsmen help ensure the health, safety, and welfare of our long-term care residents. By volunteering their time, they give a powerful voice to those who might never be heard. Washington State's Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Real people helping real people.
Our spotlight story tonight is a little different. Earlier, we reported on Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones' move to combat gang violence near Moses Lake. Here is all of his speech.
I'm here today to talk about the recent gang violence here in the Larson housing area. and to announce plans on what the Sheriff's Office plans to do in the future. I want to mention first that our efforts are supported by the Moses Lake Police Department and the Grant County Prosecutor Angus Lee. The teamwork of all local law enforcement agencies is paramount to the success and plan and safety of our communities. Last night, around 10 o'clock, this neighborhood suffered yet another drive-by shooting. Thankfully, no one was hurt. It was the fourth shooting this community has suffered in the last month. On January 18th, a drive-by shooting occurred on this street. The shooting was likely gang-related. On January 20th, Brandon Mendy was riding a bike down the street when he was targeted by a shooter in a car and then chased Brandon on foot. Brandon was targeted and shot in the arm and the shoulder. This shooting was gang-related. And this past Sunday, February 16th, Brandon Mendy was targeted again and was shot in the yard of a home a few blocks, and the shooter was arrested yesterday. This killing was gang-related. This morning I came to this neighborhood to talk to the victims of last night's shooting. People who live in the neighborhood go day to day in a cloud of fear that they will more likely be victim of a stray bullet. People who live here have their hard-earned property damaged, vandalized, or stolen. Some people here who want to move away can't sell their homes due to the reputation of this community. I am furious about this, and I refuse to let a small group of individuals dictate on how good people live. I am here today to tell you I am no longer putting up with gangs or gang violent related incidents. I'm also here to tell you that members of this community that more help is on the way. My responsibility as sheriff is to protect the citizens of Grant County. Here's my plan to improve the quality of life for people living in the Larson community. Beginning immediately, I am reassigning more deputies to patrol the Larson community. This will come in the form of routine patrols and task force operations. Law enforcement officers will engage in high levels of criminal profiling and will contact any suspicious person or vehicles. To support these efforts, I will be working with our Board of County Commissioners to provide the funding necessary to support and implement of this plan. I have also scheduled a town hall meeting for February 26th to meet with members of this community and strengthen our partnership and develop strategic plans to stomp out gangs in our communities and to develop a long-term sustainable solution. The focus of our long-term plan will be to sustain the safety and security of this community. We are just on the ground floor of this plan, and I expect our plan to grow and become more robust as we move forward. Again, to the families who live in this community, help is on the way.
And we'll be right back after this.
Are you worried that your home might not meet today's safety standards? Eastern Washington Home Inspection standards for home safety are among the highest in the industry. We provide the highest level of inspection service and provide a detailed report with digital photos of any structural damage or other problems that might make your home unsafe. Our head inspector, Dennis Chamberlain, along with his son Cody, are fully qualified inspectors who make your safety their priority. We inspect for your peace of mind. Call us at 509-347-6425.
At High Mountain Hunting Supply, we have a saying that guides us. If we won't use it in the field, we won't sell it in the store. We take that seriously. Every gun, every rod, every bow that we sell is a product you can feel confident will help you land the biggest fish or harvest the biggest game. Our experts will help you find the right product for your needs. Come see us at 12238 North Frontage Road in Moses Lake or 223 North Mission in Wenatchee. High Mountain Hunting Supply, your source for hunting and fishing.
In Northwest news, raging, fast-moving flames reduced 7 boats to charred rubble in a western Washington marina. The fire broke out on Friday, and as Como's Kira Kostanich shows us, witnesses say they've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Clouds were like an atomic bomb blast. It scared me silly.
The powerful fire began on one boat on Shelter Bay's J Dock.
I have never seen a fire this big, grow so big, so fast.
No, those boats! No, it's gonna go to the other dock. So fast that the local volunteer fire department couldn't begin to contain the fire and had to call for help from Anacortes, more than 20 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a tragedy, and a lot of people are going to be affected by it.
That's because life in Shelter Bay is more about time spent on the water aboard these boats, now taken from those who love it most.
This is the real first serious incident that we've had in our marina, and it is heartbreaking.
In all, 7 boats destroyed by raging flames, now at the bottom of the bay.
It's just very, very sad.
All surrounded by water, the one thing that could have saved them.
We're too far above the water to where we could actually draft out of the bay at this area. And so since there are no hydrants, which is what our normal operation is for supplying water to our engines, we had to bring that in, truck it in from other locations.
So tonight, this tight-knit community, grateful no one was injured and vowing to take care of one another and to build and boat again.
Well, it's going to take time and love.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.